Last night were the Oscars, and Anatomy of the Fall picked up an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. It was also nominated for a bunch of awards, and it's a movie that I have not seen. So today we'll be doing a first-time movie reaction to Anatomy of the Fall. Anatomy of a Fall. Okay, well, I didn't even get the title right there. Now, before I get started, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And check out some of my other videos. And down in the comments, suggest some other movies that we should do reactions to. Yeah, so this movie got nominated for a bunch of Oscars. Picked up one last night. And I believe it's a French movie? I think there's like a crime involved. I heard something about that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started.
What do you want to know?
Just a sec, it hasn't recorded.
Oh, English. I thought I would have to be reading a lot of subtitles.
It's troubling to the reader because we know it's your life.
I've seen clips. Was that the dog that I've seen clips of at the Oscars? I didn't actually watch the Oscars. I missed the ceremony, but I was following it on Twitter, and there was a dog.
You say your books always mix truth and fiction, and that makes us want to figure out which is which.
What?
Is that your goal?
Okay, so she's an author.
There's someone working upstairs, my husband.
What does your husband do that he needs this loud of music?
I never see anybody. I work here all day long. You come to see me, of course you interest me.
The fact that they're having this normal conversation over this loud ass music, it's like they're at a club, but they're not at a club.
Big subjects.
Maybe you don't write everything down.
No, surely not.
Well, he restarted it.
As an
I
investigator.
don't like sports. That's the first thing. Walking, yes, maybe. Running, no. No.
Okay.
No.
She's avoiding some questions here.
It's not really possible anymore, is it?
Yeah.
So,
It's complicated.
I think we have to stop, so
Well, that's annoying. Go tell him to stop doing whatever he's doing. Ooh, look at that. Beautiful scenery. Dude, you could hear the music all the way out here. Why is he blasting the music? What the hell is his job? Can this kid see? You feel like he's blind. It's just so obnoxious, like in the same song over and over. Oh. Oh! Well, that's a cool reveal. I like the camera movement there. She can't hear him because of the music. Okay, he fell out a window. Was he doing construction up here? I'm gonna think the police are gonna think that she did it, right? Because she was home alone with him.
L'hématome temporal gauche, en lien avec le traumatisme crânien à l'origine du décès, correspond à un mécanisme contondant, comme un choc contre l'environnement ou un coup porté à l'aide d'un objet avec une grande...
So he didn't... Well, he could have died from the fall. He could have hit an object. But he could have also been hit in the head with an object.
Il n'est donc pas possible d'éliminer formellement l'intervention d'un tiers dans le déterminisme mortel.
And they're gonna blame the wife. Also, a very cool opening title sequence here.
C'est moi de 2 ans. C'est Samuel. It's Samuel. He grew up here. It's his.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry that my French isn't any better than when we met.
No, English is fine.
Yeah, English is perfectly fine with me.
I just said that he played the song super loud and that we had to stop because she was recording the interview and it wasn't possible anymore. It was.
Oh, so he did it on purpose.
He wasn't at school, Daniel?
No, he only goes 2 days a week at Grenoble.
How old is he now?
He's 11.
And fatherless.
Samuel came down to see me in my bedroom and we spoke a little bit about what we were going to do that day. It was nothing special, really.
And that's when you decide to push him out the window to spice up your day. Also, really cool performance from her. They kept that on her for a while.
He was working over there.
Yes, he was insulating the attic.
Huh. And when you were having a nap, he was right above you.
Yes.
Okay.
Did she push him or hit him?
No, he was very cautious and meticulous. He worked slowly.
Had he been drinking?
No, he never drank during the day, especially when he was working.
So he didn't drink. He wasn't reckless. You're telling me he just fell out. I also like how when she was in the attic, she kept on holding on to like the beams because I mean that's where her husband died. That's where her husband fell from. I don't know. I read it as like her being cautious in the place where her husband died.
You can't spend whole days like this without going outside. It's beautiful out, and Snoop needs to go out too.
Kid's traumatized, dude. He found his dad dead.
Ah oui, mais tu descends d'abord avec nous et ensuite je te laisserai dormir.
This is a really well designed set here. This house. I like some of the details that I'm seeing. It already looks lived in, but also like they're just moving in. Like some walls have like paint on them, like they are halfway through painting it.
Tu te souviens du médium que j'avais vu? Je t'en avais parlé quand...
Je suis pas sûre qu'il faut commencer avec ça.
Bah, moi, c'est quelqu'un qui m'avait fait vraiment du bien.
Mais c'est un enfant.
Send this kid to a psychic? Well, maybe. He looks like he needs some mental help. Maybe therapy? It's kind of crazy seeing the difference between them. Like, he's destroyed. She is kind of destroyed. Maybe she's just trying to keep it all together. Every single time I watched a movie kind of with this premise, I think of Gone Girl. You guys ever seen Gone Girl?
I'm crying. It's really ridiculous. I'm so exhausted. You want parmesan?
Yes. What we can defend is a fall from the attic window with him bouncing off the shed roof.
Okay, the shed. Yeah, they'll find blood on it probably.
And it seems that he found the strength to crawl 1 meter or two before collapsing in this final position. There are several problems. First, they found nothing on the roof, no DNA, nothing.
It's a very interesting job this guy has to do because he doesn't want to say, you know, you are a suspect, but she is a suspect.
They examined me that same night. My sleeve was rolled up and they saw it.
Okay, and you explained it to them right away?
I knew exactly how it happened. Should I show you?
Yeah.
So when I'm here in the kitchen, I bang my arm on this all the time. You see, it's like...
All right. And you keep doing that enough to get a bruise?
So, as you can see, an accidental fall is going to be hard to defend, given the height of the windowsill.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why there's an investigation for more suspects. Samuel had no enemies. That
Stop. I did not kill him.
Yeah, well...
We have to go through Samuel's personality.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I thought about this, obviously, but I just can't imagine him jumping with Daniel so close by. I just can't get it in my head.
Also, not an efficient way to do that.
It's our only defense.
But I think he fell.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna believe that. I don't believe that.
Oof. By the way, everybody in this movie is just having a blue eye contest. I like the fact that we also, like, we never met her husband as a character. We just saw dead body. We know nothing about him. We are only going off by what she's telling us.
There were some white spots in the vomit, and I remember wondering if they were pills.
From 6 months ago, it kind of looks like she's reaching.
No, I didn't realize it back then, but looking back at it now, it seems like it might have been a suicide attempt, no?
She's kind of reaching. I feel like she's trying to paint a narrative. It looks like looking to see if he has a track record of trying to commit suicides. It's so cool how we still haven't heard him talk. Like, that's him right there, but no clue. No clue anything about. Don't know anything about him.
Quand il commence à se crier dessus, à se reprocher des trucs, moi je préfère m'en aller.
Oh, so they fight.
Tu te souviens du genre de conversation qu'ils avaient?
Oui, à peu près, c'était pas une dispute.
Daniel, on est d'accord, il y avait la musique très forte, toi t'étais dehors, tes parents dans la chambre de ta mère, donc deux niveaux au-dessus.
You weren't there. Come on. He was there. Daniel, that is.
Et quand on s'est installé dans la maison, mon père a fixé des scotch avec plein de textures différentes dans toutes les pièces de la maison pour que je puisse me repérer.
Ouais.
He is blind. Okay.
Donc j'étais sous la fenêtre.
D'accord.
Maybe, like, I think there's different levels of blindness, so maybe he's not, like, fully blind.
Le plus important, là, c'est le niveau sonore. Alors, le français, c'est plus simple pour tout le monde.
There's something so unsettling about the soundtrack now.
Écoutez, elle n'a pas parlé plus fort que ça, et surtout, son fils maintient que les voix étaient calmes.
Enfin, vous voyez que ça colle.
Yeah, but your son says he heard you, so he somehow heard you.
Vous lancez la musique?
On remet la musique.
It's kind of crazy how much they're going into this investigation.
Enfin, vous vous rendez bien compte qu'à ce niveau-là, c'est ridicule.
Non, j'ai pas besoin de vos commentaires.
That was ridiculous. I like this camera work.
T'es coupé?
C'est ce scotch-là que j'ai touché, j'étais à l'intérieur.
Well,
J'ai confondu.
you can't go back on that now.
T'as confondu.
He might be lying. I really enjoyed that sequence, by the way. That was really well done. With all the different, like, camera quality and techniques. Okay, they're going off over here. He's not gonna ask, but I wonder if at one point he will ask his mom if she did it, you know?
Au début, je croyais que j'étais sûre, et puis je sais pas.
But you didn't lie, did you?
Did he though?
I don't want you to change your memories, you know. You have to tell them exactly like you remember it.
This kid's in a tough position. Like, his dad died, and his mom might go to jail for it, and then he'll be alone.
Le auteur n'est pas mis en examen, donc à cette heure, il n'y a aucun élément accablant. Et ce soi-disant fichier vidéo est pour l'instant un mythe, puisque personne n'y a eu accès, en tout cas pas nous.
There's a video?
Donc Sandra Reuter a été mise en examen ce matin vers 8h30. L'enquête a révélé une convergence d'éléments qui justifie cette décision.
No way. They really did that to her?
C'est qu'il s'agit d'un enregistrement audio du couple datant de la veille de la mort.
What was the audio recording of? Was it like a giant argument they had? Secrets being spilled?
Ces témoins dans le dossier, il
This is kind of
déposera au
wild.
procès.
This moved really
Il y a
fast.
évidemment-
She went from saying, oh, dude, don't worry, everything's gonna be fine, to now needing bail money.
Séparer l'enfant de sa mère, c'est prendre le risque du traumatisme de trop. Parce que je rappelle qu'il a subi un accident
I'm loving the way they're using the zoom in this movie so far. Or the zoom out, I should say.
pour la saluer. Un magistrat, une magistrate en l'occurrence qui ne cède pas
Also,
au
these kind of
réflexe
camera shots
répressif
here make this feel like an actual, like a news investigation that I'm watching here. Like I'm watching a real murder investigation here on the news.
It's not reality, it's our voices, that's true, but it's not who we
I don't
are.
give a fuck about what is reality, okay? You need to start seeing yourself the way others are going to perceive you.
Gone Girl. There's the court of public opinion.
Who you have around you?
There's nobody around me.
Yes, there's Daniel.
Yeah.
Daniel is important.
It was him. He insisted so much. He said there'd be no more distractions from work. It would solve our financial problems.
And it just created so many more problems.
I left my shithole in Germany and ended up stuck here in his shithole. It's fucking absurd, isn't it? Come on.
That is absurd. I feel you. But he's dead now. And you gotta pay for it.
a influencé Daniel, qu'il n'y a personne qui l'oblige à dire des choses qu'il n'a pas envie de dire pendant le procès.
Okay.
Et puis la juge a été très claire, il faudra toujours parler français en sa présence.
Damn. It's gonna be a very tense living situation.
Alors moi je m'appelle Marge. On va se voir souvent. T'as compris pourquoi je serai là?
This is their haircuts. They look like they could be like brother and sister.
Oui, la loi elle peut pas être l'amie des gens. Parce que sinon elle serait pas l'amie d'autres gens et ça c'est pas possible. Faut que la loi soit exactement la même pour tout.
Justice is blind. He's Daredevil. No way. What is all this? Why are we doing all this? I mean, I get why we're doing all this, but it's kind of ridiculous.
He was a great teacher. He had a way of making everything sound alive and accessible. It was great.
There's a lot of positivity about him because she kind of has to for this video, but I wonder what the negative side of him is. Maybe he was a bad guy.
And he was working on a novel for years. I watched him struggle. It was hard, complicated, unlike for me, for example.
No, stop comparing yourself to him. Just go back to your relationship.
It's interesting to see him work. What kind of lawyer tactics he's gonna use here.
D'ailleurs, je pense qu'il faut qu'on parle de Daniel assez tôt. The accident, I mean.
Okay, I didn't know it was that. It's just that I didn't know that it was so like this. Okay.
Yeah, they're gonna stick to every single word that you say and how you say it.
Daniel was 4. That day, Samuel was supposed to pick him up from school. And as they were crossing the street, a motorcycle hit Daniel. His optic nerve was permanently damaged.
Okay, so he wasn't born blind.
We'd spent that whole year at the hospital with Daniel. Vincent, I would really like to protect him and his image and spare Daniel.
Wow. I mean, that doesn't seem like a woman, you know, who killed her husband. If she wants to keep his image clean. This kid's been killing it on the keys, by the way. 1 year later. Damn, a whole year passed.
I never see anybody. I work here all day long. You come to see me.
This soundtrack is like a trigger now, dude. It's like I'm having this traumatic experience. It's not fun anymore.
On a clairement l'impression qu'elle veut pas parler d'elle, alors que, bon, c'est pour ça que vous êtes venu.
J'étais pas venue parler d'elle, mais de son travail, de ses livres.
Oui, mais en déviant la conversation comme ça du sujet que vous tentiez d'aborder.
She was doing that, I didn't notice that.
Mais vous aviez l'impression qu'elle vous incitait à parler de vous.
Incitait... Non, je dirais pas ça. Non,
Sandra, comme vous l'appelez, était bisexuelle?
Non.
What?
Et vous l'avez perçue sur le moment?
Why are you taking this angle?
Il y a plusieurs sens au mot séduction.
Oui, mais pour utiliser le mot séduction, il faut bien qu'il y ait quelque chose de l'ordre de la séduction.
I feel like they're reaching on this one.
J'ai senti un sous-texte tendu vu le bruit et aussi la présence de Monsieur Maleski qui se manifeste comme ça d'un coup sans le voir.
Wow.
Et la réaction de son...
That's like a breakdown. I feel like that's like a description from the script. He plays the music, he's imposing himself without being there.
Je clarifie une déclaration. Est-ce que vous avez senti une tension?
Oui.
Oui, et est-ce que...
So she's either being seduced or forced into something.
Mais c'est très difficile d'interpréter la volonté de quelqu'un qu'on voit même pas.
Je vous le fais pas dire, c'est pour ça qu'on me paye.
Asshole.
On sent dans l'enregistrement que vous proposez une certaine proximité, vous rigolez, vous buvez du vin. Est-ce que vous cherchez à vous détendre, enfin, d'un quotidien difficile en créant...
This is a reach, but I guess you gotta take all possibilities.
Il adorait écouter la musique fort, ça le calmait. Et...
May have relaxed him too much, he fell out the window.
Mais après le départ de votre invité, vous n'avez pas voulu savoir pourquoi il avait mis la musique si fort?
Je vous ai dit, c'était une habitude.
Non. Non, recevoir une jeune femme jeune et attirante, lui servir agréablement du vin.
This guy's a force in this scene. This actor's doing a really good job in commanding the scene.
De continuer votre entretien. De tous les endroits de cette grande maison, c'est celui-là que vous choisissez.
Oui, mais...
That's a good question.
J'ai l'habitude, ça me dérange pas. Je voulais travailler et j'avais mes boules qui est.
Et oui, vous pouvez aussi vous reposer dans n'importe quel environnement et dans n'importe quel état. Donc tout allait bien, dans le meilleur des mondes.
He came out swinging. I'm not gonna lie. He really pressed her.
J'ai confondu. T'as confondu.
This is a great shot.
T'avais dit dans ta déposition, alors chaque morceau de scotch est différent. Quand je le touche, c'est pas possible que je me trompe.
They got you, Daniel. Lock him up.
Peut-être que c'est le choc de ce qui s'est passé ensuite qui a dû tout chambouler dans ma tête, en fait.
T'es passé d'une certitude absolue à une incertitude concernant tes souvenirs de ce jour-là.
On s'accroche à un détail de sa mémoire pour nous dire que toute sa...
I love the way they shot this. This whole movie has been shot very, very well.
Daniel Maleski nous dit que dès que ses parents commençaient à se disputer, il s'en allait. Or, ce jour-là, apparemment, par hasard...
Yeah, you know, I thought the same thing as soon as he said that. As soon as he said, I leave the house when they argue, I was like, he left the house in the beginning of the movie.
Les projections n'ont pu se former à cet endroit précis que si Monsieur Maleski a reçu un coup à la tête...
Maybe he struck himself in the head. Maybe he just decided, boop.
Oui, enfin je dirais un état de rage, difficile d'imaginer autre chose, qui est d'ailleurs un état dans lequel la force physique...
What was that? Whoa, wait. Oh, that's what he's imagining would have been like. He's sitting there trying to picture it. Okay.
Comme je vous l'ai dit, on n'a pas d'éléments matériels pour savoir
tout
précisément...
C'est 3 gouttes de sang. Et vous avez seulement émis une hypothèse. D'ailleurs...
That is true. It is all a theory.
Plusieurs objets de ce type retrouvés sur les lieux.
Vous savez pertinemment qu'on n'a pas retrouvé l'arme, ce qui n'empêche pas qu'elle existe. C'est quand même pas très compliqué de cacher une arme.
You answered the question for us. There was no weapon.
Projeté sur cette surface.
Oh, sick.
Est tombé
Nice.
de la fenêtre du
I like that
troisième
they
étage.
cut back to him. Again, he's trying to picture what they're describing.
On peut voir la neige chauffer, puis fondre. Et on constate, emporte avec eux les résidus que nous avons incrustés.
Oh, that's convenient.
Surtout vu la masse corporelle de l'accusé, rendent cette thèse très improbable.
Mais pas impossible.
But it's improbable, you asshole. She just said it. I get it, it's that guy's job. But damn.
Je t'ai autorisé à assister aux audiences, mais demain, ça va être beaucoup plus compliqué. On va aborder des sujets qui seront beaucoup plus perturbants. Pour
que je peux tout entendre.
Ah oui?
Oui, vraiment, je me suis...
They're gonna uncover some ugly stuff about his parents' relationships. But this kid, honestly, he seems mature. He seems like he could handle it.
C'est pour ça que j'ai besoin d'entendre, parce que ça me permet de dépasser ça.
Ouais, mais attends, le but du procès, c'est pas que tu entendes tout. C'est d'établir la vérité sans que nous...
Well, he said it from the beginning. He needs to understand. He needs to understand why this happened.
Il avait vomi, et dans le vomi, j'ai vu de l'aspirine. Les cachets étaient presque fondus. Au début, j'ai pas compris ce que c'était, mais plus tard, j'ai trouvé...
Whoa! Crazy camera movement. Love that.
Je suis descendue me faire un café et j'ai vu que sa porte était ouverte et je l'ai vu par terre.
Can I just point out, again, this movie won the Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. I can see why. The dialogue is so strong, and I'm trying to grab onto every word.
Il traversait un moment assez compliqué avec l'accident de son fils.
Et est-ce qu'une tentative de suicide peut être causée par un sevrage brutal à une dose aussi faible?
That's a solid question.
Je m'aurais demandé de l'aider à décrocher si c'est pour arrêter brusquement derrière mon dos. Vous voyez, je veux dire, c'est pas possible. Et puis, il m'en aurait pas parlé alors qu'on se voyait chaque semaine.
He just looked at him, he's like, see? Nope. He was not trying to commit suicide. Medication had nothing to do with it. Just proved you wrong.
Faire un patient qui s'est suicidé ou qui aurait tenté de se suicider.
What a question to ask a therapist.
Très bien, merci pour cette précision sémantique. Et donc...
Aucun de mes patients ne s'est jamais suicidé.
Vous voulez dire en dehors de monsieur...
Good record.
He ended up convincing himself that he could not write because of his dependency on the medication, and his feelings of failure were just too painful. And
il n'a jamais parlé de ça. Il n'a jamais parlé de ça.
No, he blamed you for getting hooked on the pills from the very.
Damn, she's his wife. How are you gonna tell her? How are you gonna try to quiet her?
Vous l'encouragiez vraiment à écrire. Vous vouliez qu'il réussisse, mais en même temps, vous n'auriez absolument pas supporté qu'il réussisse. Et c'est là le problème. Peut-être ce n'était pas conscient de votre part. Tu es responsable, gère. Moi, j'ai envie de me libérer de tout ça pour pouvoir continuer à écrire.
I don't know who to believe now. Samuel was talking to a lot of people.
Sorry, but I don't know. You come here.
Yeah, snap on him.
What you say is just it is just a little part of the whole situation. And sometimes we fight together, and sometimes we fight alone, and sometimes we fight against each other. That happens. And I think if I'd been seeing a therapist, he could stand here too and say very ugly things about Samuel, but would those things be true?
That's a good point. She's raising a good point. She's phenomenal, this movie. She's been killing it. Stab.
Votre fils a presque perdu la vue. Et vous lui en avez voulu pendant seulement quelques jours?
Yeah, about his responsibility for the accident, yes.
I mean, you know, you gotta hold people accountable, responsible, I guess.
Because as soon as you mark a child that way, you condemn him to not see his life as his own, whereas he should feel that it's his best life because it's the only life he's got. It is his own.
Wait, that was actually beautiful.
He goes on social media like any other kid. He plays the piano, he dreams, he cries, he loves.
It's beautiful. It's also really interesting that they haven't cut to him at any point, haven't showed his reaction at all. This poor woman is actually, you know what? Maybe not poor yet, because we don't know yet 100% if she did or didn't do it. But she's been really trying to hold it together.
You look like a dog.
No, excuse me?
No, a beautiful dog, you know? How do you say?
Is this flirting?
After all this time, I still don't know.
She gonna bang the lawyer? No way.
But I'm innocent, you know that, right?
Yes.
I mean, really.
Are you? I don't know if anybody 100% believes it.
I can feel that you are judging me. I don't know what you think.
Sandra, I believe you. I'm not judging you.
She's probably also very isolated over the past year. I probably would say that, you know, no friends, no family members visiting. It's just her and this lawyer.
Your father was my soulmate. We chose each other, and I loved him. But how do you prove that?
I don't know. I was trying to sleep and you woke me up to start yapping.
Et monsieur l'huissier, après vous pourrez aussi donner la retranscription de l'enregistrement au juge.
Oh, this is the argument, the audio. Here we go. Let's hear this. This is gonna get ugly.
Organize your time differently if you want to. It's up to you.
When's the last time you've helped him doing his homework?
It's delicious.
There's a ton of things you don't give a shit about, but that's the time I'm talking about. Whether you have a book out, or you're writing, or you need space to figure out what to write.
Yeah, what about my writing?
It's not my time, it's yours.
Do I force you to homeschool Daniel? No one's forcing you. If you want to make more time for yourself, I've never stopped.
Send that kid to school.
I have to finish the renovation. Plus, I'm dealing with everything else. Why can't you just admit that it has to do with how things are divided between us?
Because you are wrong.
Feels like a real argument between a couple. Like they're not arguing over anything like super duper crazy. Just arguing about the separation of time that they have. It's an interesting close up. She's winding people up again. By that I mean pouring wine for people to drink.
Things are a little out of balance between us. And I want you to take a look at that. Why is this so hard to discuss?
First of all, I don't believe in the notion of reciprocity in a couple. It's naive and frankly, it's depressing. I think discussing it is a waste of time considering the state you're in, seriously.
She's kind of real negative. I feel like he's being a little reasonable and she's not really accepting it.
I want this time back. And you owe it to me. Be fair.
I'm sorry, but no, are you insane? I don't owe you anything.
Damn.
It was your choice to come here and start this renovation. This is your own trap.
Okay,
that's kind of true too.
You took the book's best idea. How am I supposed to just go back to it? Do you realize how cynical that is of you?
You can publish your own version.
Oh,
Say it in Spanish.
She stole work from him? No way.
And frankly, I wish you'd be inspired to plunder me.
I don't even know who's winning this argument. I also feel like Daniel is losing this argument, and he's not even here.
I'm not on my turf. I don't speak my mother tongue.
You don't speak mine either, even though we live here.
Yes, it's a middle ground, in fact.
Yes.
You know, because I'm not French, you're not German.
Yeah, wait, she doesn't even speak German. She speaks English.
Daniel hears you speak a language that has nothing to do with his life, just because you imposed this on him, just like everything else. We're on your turf. All the time.
We are in your country.
They're both spitting. They're both spitting.
Say, I'm stopping you from fucking the way you want. Seriously.
Yes. Everything. Plus, I have to accept that you fuck other people.
I do not fuck.
Whoa! What?
It.
Once, and you cling to it in order to suffer.
It's getting heated in here.
Been cheated on. Plundered and cheated on.
Oh, nice zoom.
Complain about the life that you chose. You're not a victim. Not at all.
Well, no, he is kind of a victim. But you're also kind of a victim, you know what I mean? Like, you're both right.
You're not sacrificing yourself, as you say. You choose to sit on the sidelines because you're afraid. And now you wake up and you're 40 and you need someone to blame. And you're the one to blame.
Holy shit.
You're smart. I know you know I'm right. And Daniel has nothing to do with it. Stop it!
Damn, that was awkward.
Even Daniel says it. It is one of
You take that back, you piece of shit. You take
He's
it back.
told me countless times.
You're a monster. Even Daniel sees it.
You have no pity.
Yes, and you have way too much for yourself.
His voice is so magnifying when he says...
You're violent!
Yes, I am violent!
Who started the fight? Look at the lawyer. Look at his reaction.
Bon.
De la mort de Samuel Maleski.
Il y a moins de 20 heures qui séparent les deux événements, donc oui, les thèmes sont...
Only 20 hours apart? Shit. Yeah, it's not looking good.
Les dernières paroles, les dernières phrases qu'elle hurle à la fin de l'enregistrement, c'est vraiment la dernière marche avant que la violence devienne physique.
Yeah, but who started the fight?
Comment est-ce qu'elle s'est justifiée?
Elle nous a d'abord dit qu'elle s'était cognée contre un meuble de sa cuisine.
Well, that didn't happen. That came from the fight, probably.
Elle a dit qu'elle s'était fait ça à ce moment-là, qu'elle avait lutté un court instant avec son mari.
D'accord, donc vous reconnaissez que vous avez menti.
Yes.
That's not good that they caught you in a lie.
And that's when he grabbed my wrist, quite violently, and that's the struggling we can hear. Is Samuel repeatedly hitting himself in the face and in the head, and then punching the wall.
He's hitting himself? So he was just hitting himself and then punching walls, not you.
Là, vous êtes là, vous la faites flotter, monsieur l'avocat général l'a fait flotter quelque part au-dessus ou à côté des faits, et dans cette salle d'audience pour peu à peu la rendre omniprésente.
Yeah, we're not, like, we hear stuff happening, but we don't know what happened, you know?
Samuel fait référence à d'autres infidélités nombreuses dans le passé. À l'écouter, on a l'impression que vous l'avez trompé continuellement.
It did sound like that. It did sound like that.
It was a tricky year.
Et vous allez nous faire croire qu'il était d'accord?
I'm not saying that, I'm just...
There's no way he agreed to it.
C'est une conception assez intéressante de l'honnêteté. Mais vous l'avez pas été l'année de sa mort avec cette fille avec qui vous l'avez trompé, pourquoi?
He got her there, he got her there.
According to your logic, all of Samuel's problems were my fault. That's not true. I mean, his pain came from deeper
Pardon, mais
place.
c'est d'après ça
A lot of his problems do seem like they came from being married to you.
In the book that he abandoned, and that's important, there was a very interesting passage.
Un passage? Combien de pages?
About 20.
You copied 27 pages?
This passage was about a guy imagining how his life would have been without the accident that killed his brother. Where the accident is the center of his life, and one where the accident never happened. I had me
feel like it relates to what's happening to her. All of it is a possibility. All of it is a possibility.
Juste après avoir défendu son temps pour retrouver un peu d'estime de soi, est-ce qu'on se tue en réclamant avec acharnement, avec autant d'énergie, équilibrage, une justice dans son couple? Non.
Non.
Il avait cessé de se plaindre. Il avait abandonné. Elle l'observait et sa résignation la révoltait.
Bro, they caught you in 4K. They had to dig for it, but they caught you.
Elle le voyait mort. Ce corps perdu pour son désir n'était plus qu'un objet lourd. Ce corps qu'elle avait aimé.
Lui qui ne met pas son délire à exécution. Un roman n'est pas la vie. Un auteur n'est pas ses personnages.
That is true.
Oui, mais
But he is working this well. I'm like really impressed by this guy.
En chantier, hâte d'en parler avec toi. Réponse de Nachez. Bien sûr, envoie-moi, je lis vite. À partir de mi-août et jusqu'à sa mort, il lui envoie jusqu'à 4 textes par... On peut s'imaginer ce que ce silence venant d'un ami représente pour un homme en recherche d'estime de soi.
C'est moi que vous accusez de faire dans le fantasme.
Non, donnez-moi la moitié du temps que vous avez imposé à la...
Yeah, that is true. Stop talking over him.
Qu'est-ce qu'on entend dans la dispute du 4 mars? Cette énergie, cette velléité, c'est quoi? Celle qui insiste juste avant de lâcher.
Okay, he painted a good image of, you know, of what they're trying to go for.
Si Sandra Voiter est coupable de quelque chose, en réalité, c'est d'avoir réussi là où son mari a échoué.
Damn, that's...
De rappeler Daniel à la barre lundi, il m'a fait part de nouveaux éléments qui intéressent la cour. Alors, étant donné que le témoin...
What is this little shit about to say?
voudrait bien continuer à rester avec Daniel pendant tout le week-end.
We can't even talk to him. Oh my god, we're really gonna need to wait till Monday to see what the hell this little shit knows.
Eh bien, bon week-end, on va se reposer. La séance est levée.
Yeah, have a good weekend. Here's a cliffhanger for Monday. Get excited.
Tiens, viens te mettre près du feu, ça va te réchauffer.
C'est prêt dans 10 minutes.
Oh my gosh, she has to still live with him. She just can't ask him about it. That's gotta be awkward.
Parce que tu sais, on va trouver des solutions. La maison, elle est grande. Et
je veux qu'elle s'en aille.
Wow. Is he starting to turn on his mom? And this girl has to go deliver the message?
Il aimerait rester ici tout seul ce week-end.
I know there's a chance this woman did it, but like I kind of feel bad for like her life just crumbling.
Okay, is it because of what you heard today? Because I couldn't talk to you about all that before. Tu veux pas qu'on se parle tous les deux et après tu prends ta décision.
Je crois qu'il a pris sa décision.
Damn. Drama in the chalet. What new information could he have? He definitely has some new information that he's like, that will probably go against his mom. That's why he wants her out. He just wants to spend more time with her. I don't like shots like that. It makes me think that they're gonna get in a car accident. Yeah, once again, she has been phenomenal this movie.
Snoop.
Oh, what did he do?
Mom,
He fed the dog and now the dog is sick or dead?
Je lui ai donné de l'aspirine, j'ai fait une connerie.
Give him aspirin? Why would you do that? Oh, yes.
Ah, mon Smurf.
Spit it out. This dog looks traumatized.
Ça va aller.
Oh, wait.
C'est bien, voilà.
Did he want to see what aspirin and vomit looked like? This has to do with the case.
J'avais jamais entendu parler du psy, des médicaments, C'était un matin, Snoop était couché par terre dans ma chambre. Bougeait plus, il sentait le vomi. C'est pour ça que j'ai refait l'expérience, c'est pour ça que je lui ai donné les aspirines, c'est pour voir comment il réagirait. Et t'as bien vu comment il a réagi, ça l'a défoncé pendant 14 heures, il a fait que dormir, là maintenant il fait que boire.
Okay, so he ate dad's vomit. So his dad did try to commit suicide.
C'était pas à ce point, c'était pas aussi violent en fait.
Bon.
This kid's phenomenal, by the way.
Toi, qu'est-ce que tu crois? Tu penses qu'elle a pu le tuer?
Te répondre sincèrement, moi mon rôle c'est justement de te protéger contre
Mais
tout
putain, aide-moi!
Damn, F-bomb. This woman is put in a tough position. How was this kid not nominated for an Oscar? I don't know about winning, but he wasn't even nominated.
Que l'idée d'une écrivaine qui assassine son mari est tellement plus intéressante que celle d'un prof qui se suicide. Je vois ce que
Okay, so what, you're just gonna go for the more exciting narrative? Or is this movie trying to tell me that he did kill himself, but it's more exciting to think that he was murdered? Now I'm thinking that this movie could end with him either just falling out the window in an accident or him killing himself. And she didn't do it. What you doing up here, buddy? I don't like your little experiments that you'd be doing, so don't try anything.
Alors que si j'imagine mon père, bah là je crois que je peux comprendre.
Okay, so he's going the suicide route.
Provient au départ uniquement d'un témoignage porté par l'accusée elle-même. Je voudrais savoir.
To sit down. Every single time this guy gets up out of his seat.
En fait, j'ai l'impression que quand il nous manque un élément pour être sûr de comment une chose est arrivée, je pense qu'il faut chercher autour. C'est ça que vous faites dans ce procès. Comment la chose est arrivée, je me dis qu'on est obligé de se demander pourquoi elle est arrivée.
And he's been trying to figure out why it happened.
Comme mon chien était mal pendant plusieurs jours, on l'a emmené chez le vétérinaire avec mon père. Et puis à un moment, mon père s'est mis à parler de Snoop. Je voyais que Snoop allait déjà mieux, qu'il était pas si vieux, qu'il était jamais tombé malade. Donc je lui ai dit, il m'a dit si, il faut l'envisager, tu sais, ça va forcément arriver un jour.
It's a metaphor for him. He's not talking about Snoop.
Il passe sa vie à essayer de deviner ce dont t'as besoin, à penser à tout ce que tu peux pas voir. Il est peut-être fatigué, hein. S'occuper toujours des autres.
Yep.
Peut-être qu'un jour il en pourra.
It's not about Snoop, it's about Samuel. It's him saying, hey, I might do it one day.
Tu pourras rien faire, tu devrais peut-être te préparer parce que ça sera dur. Mais ça sera pas la fin de ta vie. En fait, il parlait de lui.
Yep.
Maintenant, en fait, je sais, il parlait de lui.
Mais je demande vraiment au juré de garder instamment à l'esprit que ce récit est extrêmement subjectif et qu'en aucun cas, il ne peut constituer un élément de preuve.
He's right, but, Daniel got his story out there. It's in the jurors' minds.
Oui, CH, nous sommes effectivement toujours devant le tribunal de Grenoble. Vous venez de le rappeler.
Oh my god, what's gonna be the result of this trial? Shit. She got confirmation about something.
J'ai plus rien à dire. J'ai envie d'appeler mon fils et de rentrer chez moi.
She's free. She's out. The glove didn't fit. Did he lie? Was there any chance that he lied? He's a bit of an unreliable narrator.
Ok. On va manger un morceau et je rentre. Oui, à tout à l'heure.
Look how happy she is. But something is gonna pop out.
I mean, this is happening.
That's the fucking first time in our life we win.
No.
Yes, of course.
You told me you're a good liar. For the road.
Of course, for the driver. Okay, same.
Something is still troubling her. She did it, didn't she? She's holding it in.
It's just, when you lose, you lose. It's the worst thing that can happen. And if you win, you expect some reward.
Yeah, but there's no reward. You just go back to your normal life. Your normal life is your reward, I guess.
Maybe sometimes we expect too much.
It's their relationship like? Is it more than just lawyer-client?
Restez pas dormir. Ben non, je vais vous laisser.
Well, thanks for taking care of my son. Nice to know you. Hopefully I'll never have to see you again. It's it really feels like this movie's setting up some curveball here towards the end. I'm just waiting for it to drop. That's it. No curveball. Movie end. I had a feeling that this movie would have not really like an open-ended ending, but like a hint of an open-ended ending. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is I want to go back to that concept of her son already proved himself in the past of not being a reliable narrator. And so he goes up there and he's like, hey, here's a story that my dad told me in the car to back up this whole suicide angle that we're going by. And it's like, you know, he said it, right? Maybe he said it to protect his mom. Maybe he knew that would play well with the jury. He said that. Ultimately, I leave this movie thinking, I don't know if she is innocent. You know what I mean? Like I'm like 90, maybe 85% sure that she is innocent. But there's that percentage that I'm like, I think she got away with it. And I think the movie wants to leave you with that feeling. There is, towards the end, there's a scene of, Sandra's in the hotel. She's watching reporters talk about her book and how it connects to this potential murder. And one of the guys says something along the line of, the author killing her husband is much more exciting than the fact that he killed himself, right? And so I feel like that's the movie basically telling you, it's actually very simple. He did kill himself, but you are sitting here intrigued of, did she kill him? You're kind of, as the audience, you're kind of hoping that like, ooh, she probably did, right? You're hoping for that big reveal, for that like excitement. But like really, maybe it is all that simple of like, he killed himself. A really strong script. Once again, I'm coming off, the Oscars were yesterday and this movie won Best Original Screenplay. This is a really tight and strong script with fantastic dialogue, even though most of it was in French, which I really enjoyed. All of the performances from everybody. I thought everybody was so commanding in their scenes and they showed how they feel. So, some scene stealers. I mean, Sandra herself it was really cool to watch her try to be this figure that's holding it all together, but she has these moments where she breaks, and she's also very frustrated because she's trying to prove that she's innocent, and she's telling her side of the story. Like, she's in that courtroom telling people how she viewed her relationship with her husband, but then everybody else in that courtroom is telling her, or like the prosecutor on the other side, for example, is telling her, no, that's not how it went because of A, B, and C. And she's like, well, you weren't there. I'm his wife. I experienced these. I was in these arguments. And he's like, no, that's not how it went. The prosecutor, by the way, I thought was very commanding in his scenes, in all of his scenes. He got up. He had these long monologues of breaking it all down. They really served a great purpose in this film, going back to that idea of trying to play with the audience of like, did she do it? Did she not do it? You need a really strong case against her, because we start the movie with her, right? And she is our main character, and we follow her and her lawyer, and it's natural for us to root for her, her innocence. But the movie is so well written, and the other guy has such a great performance that I'm thinking to myself, he's raising some good points. He's being very aggressive about it, and he's throwing all these theories out. But I'm like thinking about the theories that he's throwing out. You know what I mean? It's like we as the audience are one of the jury members, basically. And it's like, what kind of decision will we make? I can see a lot of people having like arguments after this movie, or debates, I should say, or discussions even, just about like, was she innocent? Do you think she did it? Do you think she didn't do it? Like, if you saw this movie with some of your friends, you probably walked out of there being like, nah, she was innocent, right? Like, and maybe somebody else challenges you on that. Notice how the one and only scene we hear Samuel, the victim, talk is when we have the audio recording, so we can actually hear his voice. One thing that I picked up on is when the son is up there at the end and he's talking about the conversation that he had with his dad in the car. He's talking and his voice is coming out of Samuel. Did this thing of overlaying the kid's voiceover over the next scene. So whenever Samuel's talking, it's his son who is telling this story. But when we hear Samuel actually talk, it's when we have the audio recording so we can hear his voice. And I think that goes hand in hand with that fact of, you know, some people are potentially making things up. But in that instance of the audio recording, you can't really make it up because you are hearing his voice. Did anybody get any like strong Fargo vibes from this movie? Because of the setting of it mainly. There's a murder mystery and it's snowing a lot and it's set in the snow season. That really feels like Fargo, right? French Fargo? Maybe? Anatomy of a Fall. I really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed the script. Great filmmaking, great cinematography, fantastic acting. Really enjoyed the mystery, sitting here trying to decipher, did she do it? Did she not do it? And by the end of it, I'm left with having discussions in my own head right now about like if she did or if she didn't do it. If you've seen the movie, let me know down in the comments. What did you think about Anatomy of a Fall? I would love to have a discussion with you about that. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And check out some of my other videos. Peace.